Congratulations on your film.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
The audience that I saw it with were just in fits of laughter the whole way through. When you hear that audiences have had such a great reaction to the film, that must give you such a warm feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think that a lot of people have forgotten what it feels like to go to the theater and to have a good time. I think that sort of there's been big blockbuster films and these sort of like big spectacle films that are great, but I think that sort of, the comedy has kind of lost its way or sort of like lost enthusiasm when it comes to theatrical experiences. So hearing that so many people are actually like leaving the theater with a smile on their face and having a good ride while they're there, yeah, it's delightful.
I must congratulate you on bringing Jeffrey Wright into leading man status because I feel like it's been a long time coming.
Absolutely.
He's such a genius as an actor. What made him perfect for this role? What made you seek him out for this?
To be honest, when I started reading the novel that I adapted, Jeffrey's voice just came to me. I just started reading it in his voice and picturing him in all the scenes. It was strange. And I think that it organically happened because I think that, this character Monk, he's a professor, he's very smart, he's very well read, he's erudite in all these different ways, and I think that if you look at Jeffrey has this gravitas, there's just something about him, his presence, it's easy to believe he's the smartest person in the room. He's got that wonderful sonorous voice, like he's somebody that I think that fit that sort of like prickly professor perfectly.
What did you make to Sterling K. Brown saying that he has no chance of winning any awards because of Robert Downey Jr.? Because I feel like for a lot of people, he's like the second choice, which is very, very strange because I feel like he's so superb in this film.
Well, I mean, Sterling is the most humble man that I've ever heard. I think that, he's. I sort of appreciate his groundedness and his sort of like sense of realism, but I also think that he's a dreamer. Dreamers dream. I think that somewhere in the back of his mind, he also thinks that he has a shot, because I think he does too.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of making this film, I mean, you made it on a shoestring budget comparatively to other things. Does that help sometimes that you can make the film that you want to make rather than having other voices kind of saying, hey, maybe if we did this or did this, which kind of reflected a little bit in what the story's about?
Absolutely. No, that's something I've been thinking a lot about, is that I think the movie was actually, yes, there's difficulties. You always want more money, you always want more time. But I think that our lack of both actually sort of, necessity is the mother of invention. And I think that, for instance, one of the ways that I think that the movie is better than it would have been had we had more money is I think the music that we've gotten is very interesting. The needle drops, not just the score. I think the score is great, but the needle drops in the film are songs that are not very popular, that a lot of people have come out of the film and asked me, like, what's that? Oh my God, what was that song during the wedding? And what was that song that you played during the sort of like transition to the city? And those songs are in there because we had to find music that was good, that wasn't sort of expensive. And so it sort of forced us to work a little harder, dig a little deeper than we would have otherwise. But I think that the movie's better for it. It was better for us to not just come in there and throw, a bunch of money at a very popular song that's been in 100 other movies. I think that I think that we made something special because we had a lack of resources. And so that to me is one of the most fun parts about filmmaking, is that it's creative problem solving every day.
And even though it's called American fiction, it's a film you've been able to take all over the world and seems to have had different reactions from different countries. Yeah. Have you enjoyed that process? And did you get at a point where that might not have happened, given the budget and everything, that you've been able to take it around the world?
Yeah. That has been, I was very worried that this movie would not travel, that the sort of like politics wouldn't sort of like make their way around the world. But a thing that has hardened me is like, A, the politics have made their way around the world, but B, it sort of goes back to, I think that sort of one of the things that, yes, the movie's about Monk, he's this black novelist and he's got this black family, but I think that sort of the themes in it are universal, right? The themes of the freedom to be what you want to be and sort of like the limitations that society puts on people, and also just sort of these family stories of love and sort of like aging parents and sort of loss, grief. All of these things I think are just part of the universal human condition, and so to me I've been pleased to see that it's been playing other places, and I think in retrospect I made it to be seen by a lot of people and touch a lot of people. I didn't want it to feel like a film that was just for a specific segment of the audience.
Yeah. As a final question, I spoke to a lot of filmmakers and actors here tonight who have been so excited the fact that films are played in cinemas.
Yeah.
We'll go on streaming at some point, as films do these days. But for you, how has that experience been, and how important was it to get it in the cinemas, even if it was only a handful to start with?
Yeah, it was incredibly important. I think that, I think that we need to start treating the theatrical movie experience the way that we treat live music, right? And I think that for me, it's like, yes, I have a record player at home. I have Spotify. I'm able to sort of listen to music when I want to listen to music. But the reason that you go see live music is because you want to experience with a bunch of different people, right? And you sort of want to feel that together. And I think that that's one of the great things. I think in such a polarized world, one of the great sort of things that we have, one of the great things about cinemas and concert halls and museums is that these are these shared cultural spaces where it doesn't matter what your politics are, doesn't matter what your beliefs are, you can just come and enjoy something with sort of strangers around you. And so I think that for me, especially with a film like this, I want it to be seen by people who are different from one another, and sort of like people are laughing at different things, and people are cringing at different things, and that to me is part of the fun of it. And so I say treat this movie and all movies like you treat live music. Yes, you have a big TV at home maybe, but a big TV and sort of watching something alone is different from going to the cinema and being around a bunch of different people. I think that just adds to the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I loved your film. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys!